What is going on, everybody? 'Tis the season. Christmas is right around the corner. I'm sure you all have a lot of excellent things on your Christmas list, um, as do I on mine. First, though, make sure you remember to like and subscribe. Just go ahead and do it right now. That way you don't forget. And tap that little bell button as well so you can stay up to date on some of the stuff that I'm putting out as we go forward. So let's get into a little bit of what I have on my Christmas list. I'll start from the least important things on my mind all the way up to my priorities as we move forward with these modifications for this beautiful 2015 Infiniti Q50. To keep it simple, let's just make this a top 5. So let's start with number 5, lowest on the totem pole, least priority right now. As some of you know, if you look back at a previous video, I started the Chrome Delete project. I got rid of the grill surround as well as the trim pieces on the deck lid using the Plasti Dip. Plasti Dip does work pretty well. However, it's not as black as I want it to be, and it's not as glossy as I want it to be, even with 6 or 7 coats of the glossifier. So let's go ahead and say number 5. Let's throw on the old list some 3M vinyl gloss black wrap, some auto wrap, so we can finish up the trim pieces around the doors. I don't want to take the time and do all the taping and masking off using the Plasti Dip, so let's just go ahead and get some of that vinyl wrap. Number 5. Number 4, pretty easy modification for the old Q50 and relatively inexpensive as well, is the strut tower brace. I had good experiences with strut tower braces in cars for cars in the past. Relatively inexpensive, easy thing to install, and actually has a pretty significant impact overall. Hopefully we feel similar results in the Q50 as well. So that's number 4. Moving on. Number 3, moving up into the more priority, let's make this a little bit of a combo. I think I'm going to forego the typical cold air intake setup. Doesn't seem to really make a difference in these cars, but I do want to dress up the engine bay a little bit, so I think we're going to go with the silicone intake tubes, Z1 or whatever the brand is. And in combination with that, let's go ahead and do the drop-in filters as well. I'm hesitant to go with the K&N oiled filters. I've heard some negative reviews, despite the fact that they were recommended to me by a performance shop or tuner. I'm not sure there are any dry alternatives to drop in. If anyone knows of any that fit in this car, 2015 Q50, please let me know in the comments below and I will pursue those. Moving on to number 2. Finishing up the exhaust is high priority for me. I think priority number 1, but there are different elements of the exhaust that I want to pursue first. With that being said, the number 2 most important thing on my Christmas list this year are some resonated test pipes. I think they're number 2 in my mind because they're a B word to install from what I can see and from what I've heard. Also, the fact that the O2 sensors plug into them, I think that will cause an issue, either throwing a code or a check engine light. And considering the fact that I want to get the car tuned in the spring, I don't want to be driving around for several months with a check engine light or any issues, any performance issues, whether the test pipes hinder the performance of the vehicle without a tune or not. I'm not totally sure, so I don't want to risk it. But they are still a priority, so I want to get them on the shelf. With that being said, my number 1 item that I have on the Christmas list this year and my number 1 priority, not because of value, not because of how cool it is or anything like that. I would like to get, again, upgrading the exhaust. I want to get a Y pipe. I think that's the route I'm going to go rather than a full custom straight back exhaust or a custom X pipe. I think we're just going to go with the Y pipe. I have a theory about the exhaust setup on these cars, and we're going to pursue that just to see how much airflow is necessary to maximize performance out of these cars. We're going to start with the Y pipe. So that's my number 1. May not be super exciting for you, but that's where I stand right now. I will say there are a couple of honorable mentions. Some might ask, why aren't you doing suspension, or why not wheels and tires? I do want to do each of those things. and I guess in a specific order. The reason I'm not getting wheels and tires, it's winter right now. There's no need for it. That's number one. Number two, I'm still shopping. I can't decide what type of look I want to go for. If I want to go gloss black wheels and do the whole blacked out thing, which I've done in the past a couple of times, or if I want to do more of a gunmetal look or just go silver. I'm not totally sure. I'm not sure of the size exactly yet. Not sure of the offset I want. So I go back and forth between a number of things when it comes to wheels and tires. So we're going to just hold off until it starts getting a little warmer again, and we'll move forward then. With that being said, I think I actually want to do wheels and tires before suspension. I'm going to risk the 4x4 look for a little while, but I think getting the wheels and tires mounted are going to give me a better idea of what I can do and accomplish with the suspension as far as fitment and preventing rubbing and all of that type of stuff. So honorable mentions: suspension, wheels and tires. The rest of it, my top 5, I hope you understand, but that's what I'm going to go with. That's what's on my list right now. Let me know in the comments what's on your Christmas list, and let me know if there are any things that maybe I missed that I should add to mine or replace on my list. I would appreciate that. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.